Trapping plays a very important role in modern-day wildlife management. Professional wildlife biologists monitor fur-bearer populations to maintain a healthy and sustainable harvest of this important, renewable natural resource. Trapping provides recreation and income for licensed trappers across this country. Who's Your Trapper Outdoors is brought to you by Who's Your Trapper Supply. J3 Outdoors, manufacturer of the Hags Bracket and Body Trap Spring Clip. Leatherwood Creek Trapping Scents, Who's Your Trapper Deer Scents, and Leatherwood Wildlife Art.
Welcome to episode 12, Who's Your Trapper Outdoors. On this episode, we will continue with our semi-live trapping here in Indiana, farmland country trapping. The comments have been good on that. People seem to enjoy that, so we're going to continue with that for a few more episodes. Want to thank our sponsor, J3 Outdoors. Jeff Haggerty makes an awesome product, particularly if you're a water trapper. It's all American made, stuff we believe in, stuff we use ourselves. So be sure to check out his products if you haven't already. The Hags Bracket Spring Clips, that kind of thing. So great products. Want to thank everyone for the orders. We really appreciate it. The response this year's been awesome. And some of it's actually been a little overwhelming, so we more than appreciate that. And after all, that's what keeps all this going. And we appreciate all the great comments that we received in regard to our lure line, which brings me, I guess, to the mentioning the photo contest. We've had a lot of awesome entries already. Continue to send those pictures in. All the details for the contest are on the homepage of the website. It's right on the page. It's about the photo contest, show us your bottle contest. You can click on that for the details, and then you have a chance to win a $100 gift card from Who's Your Trapper Supply. We're not voting. We're not judging the quality of the photograph. We're just strictly doing this by drawing. The drawing will be in March. So there again, just check out the details on the website, and then there's actually an email on the website that you can send your entries to. It's htsPhotoContest@gmail.com. So that way we'll have all the photos going to one particular place. So be sure to check that out. I think that's about it. Hope you enjoy the show. All right, check day 7, right?
I think.
First off, got this coon, big old yellow coon, and he has torn this thing up. So we're looking pretty good for some visual attraction here. So we'll get him taken care of and see how the rest of the day plays out. But definitely starting out with some definitely dirt moving going on here. So
Brisk morning. Got a coyote here. Second coyote on this trap. So this was a remake set. Charlie's a little further down this fence row. It's that one really good intersection as far as there's a creek ditch, fence line this way with corn. This lane here separates with the beans. So it's just a X marks the spot situation.
Yeah, the creek's along here, so just in this spot has consistently been not a barn burner spot, but it's consistently produces 2 to 4 coyotes every year. So
yeah,
just a good consistent location. So
this is where of course top dog down in the hole. I had over on the fence post, I put some long distance out, but at the set The remake, I used some jet fuel on there, and I'm using bobcat urine.
On the remake.
Even on the remake,
Yeah.
just because it's different than the Coyote smell around. I was trying to draw everything in back to that center point, you know.
Yep.
So he's already laying down because he knows he's got a long ride back to the shop. Pretty cool.
So this is check day 7, and this is coyote number 6. So we're not quite a coyote a day average, but we're getting close. We got one more stop yet this morning. So
as far as number of locations, that's not that bad of a number, really.
trying to think
I
of
feel
how
like
many-
it could be much better, but
we got 5 stops, 5 locations.
5 locations or so. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's not-
yeah. This is a quick, check before work line, and so it's doing all right. So
Got this set done for the remake. Threw a little Vixen Elixir on this one. Of course, dug my dirt hole back out. Got some top dog down in there. Just a little bit of this grass wad for a backing. Not much of it all. The natural grade of this little slope. Anyway, has plenty of backing. It's all blended in. Smells like coyote big time here. There's some blood here from the actual coyote. We're just going to cover that up with some of this debris and call it good. Hopefully we can catch another one before we get out of here. So, keep going.
all right, pulling this location here, just kind of along this woods edge. We caught one coyote right here in the corner. I think we've set this the past 3 years and haven't connected with the coyote here. It's a quick drive-by spot. We can get in here and check it. It is a spot that kind of makes sense in terms of trapping coyotes. So anyways, we did connect with one here. I think a couple coons or something too. But anyways, pulling deer season. And we may, if time permitting, we may get back and set it up again in the future. So
All right, pulling this location, like I said, just deer season and everything going on. This one never produced a coyote. 3 or 4 raccoons, 3 raccoons in this trap, 1 raccoon on the other side of the field over there. We set this fairly heavy. We put 4 traps in here, just figured, if they're coming through, we're going to catch them. I'm not sure, do we even have a visit here, Justin? I don't think we did we?
I don't think we had a coyote
So,
visit.
I'm not really sure what's up this year. I think the coyote numbers are definitely down, I think, at least where we're at. They're not it's not one of those years where there's coyotes behind every tree for sure. But anyways, pulling this location, wrapping this up, and we'll get going again. But for now, this location's done.
Hags Trapping Products by J3 Outdoors, the most versatile and efficient trapping devices on the market.
all right, this location here, Farm Bridge. Justin's trapped it for years.
Yeah, it's been good over the years. We ended up catching 2 coyotes at this location, 1 on each side of the bridge. The lane getting back here got pretty muddy, so we ended up flipping these off a few days ago, and we're just now getting back out here to pull the traps up. But maybe come back out here maybe a couple weeks, reset. Once things settle down, we're pretty bogged down with deer season. A lot of deer heads coming in, so it's hard to get out and trap in the mornings, at least in daylight hours, so we can film and show something. But yeah, 2 this time, I think. What did we have last year? 3 or 4 at
Yeah,
this
3
spot?
or 4.
Yeah,
I don't think we got the coyotes around this year like we did in the past. So just
Right.
gotta take what you can.
We'll pull these and move on.
Well, this spot pretty much proves that you can't count on anything. This is our go-to spot. It's been our hot spot. It's the spot that we've been able to count on over the past 3 seasons. So the first year we were here, and I've bragged about this spot in terms of location, and it has everything going for it. the first year we were here, we caught 5, and I think it was that year we caught 2 red fox. And then the following year we caught 7 coyotes, and the last year we caught 4. And this year we set it up exactly the same. We did not see any sign, but in the past we haven't seen sign either. It's just kind of been the way it is. And we have not caught 1 coyote. We've checked it, I believe this is 9 or 10 days we've checked this spot. We're pulling. We have not had a visit. We have not had a tracks. I mean, we have had 0. I mean, it's like the Dead Sea. So both Justin and I were scratching our head on this one. I don't know. You know, you can only speculate as to what's going on. Maybe the coyotes in the area got parvo. It's not to say that we couldn't come back in January and there may be some coyotes that have passed through. But last year when we pulled up, there was snow on the ground and there were still coyotes that we did not catch last year. We caught the 4 and then we were out of here. But anyways, we are just kind of dumbfounded on this location, you know. So just goes to show that not every year is the same, but we did expect some level of consistency because the past history has told us that you know, this was a good spot. I don't doubt that it won't be good in the future, and you know, if we're able to come back here next year, I would anticipate that it would be good again. But I don't know, we'll just have to wait and see. But it just really, like I said, sometimes they get parvo, the same virus that dogs get, and they die off. But I don't have a good idea, you know, a good answer for this. So anyways, pretty disappointing. All right, so the spot where the reason we initially got invited here was to catch the beavers that were here. There's very little sign here, beaver sign. There's a dam in this culvert that's basically made out of grass and corn stalks. That's about it. So that limb in there, I put that there. We kind of knocked a hole in the dam. So we just set it up. We're really not anticipating a whole lot. And I think connected down here, right, Justin?
Yeah. There's this couple slides down here that look a little more active than other spots. This one here is kind of drug out. So Charlie had a 330 there, and then I had one on this slide. Can't see there's the beaver.
So this spot produced 0 coyotes, 1 beaver.
Hey, we'll take it.
We'll take it.
Well, let me go pull him out of the water.
Yep.
Rolling.
Yep.
All right, forgot to wear my waders, so this could get a little western real quick. So on this slide here, I did use a little beaver gland up on the slide to help draw him in. There he is. There was a little bit of sign at this location last year, but we never really connected on a beaver. What I think is they run this ditch a little bit, but there is a pond, and I think this ditch goes all the way to a neighborhood over here too. There's a retention pond. So I think they're more or less living in there and just kind of traveling down here when they want.
Yeah, on occasion.
So we weren't here that long last year, so that's what I was assuming. But we got this guy taken care of. We got another beaver spot to set up here maybe this weekend, see what happens.
Yeah. All right, pulling the spot here. This location, 2 coyotes here. Basically, I think both of them in that spot right there, Justin, right?
Yep. Other than that, there was a possum behind you.
And then I set down here a little off the main, that intersection right there where Justin's, that's the main intersection. You know, I've caught them right here too, but so anyways, just 2 here. And then the other side of the creek where we park, didn't connect with anything over there this year, so.
Out here. Yeah. Thought we'd demo the bulldog here. We sell it, of course, at HoosierTrapperSupply.com. Basically, it's got a little fork on the end, and you're going to hook the chain or in this case, I'm hooked on the split ring, and you just pry it on back. It gives you that leverage. It just works it right out of the ground just like that. You can reuse your stake in this situation.
This is just the basic Berkshire stake.
Yeah.
I will say, if you're if you're really prying and you're on that split ring, make sure you examine that split ring, that you make sure you haven't, messed up the integrity of the split ring. So on the chain stakes, you can wrap the chain around it a lot of times or whatever to get that out of there. We've also got the heavy duty stake puller too, but
Yeah.
But yeah, does a good job.
Top Dog Predator Bait. Success speaks for itself.
Alright, we're going to go visit a spot that me and Charlie hit about a month ago and just never connected on it. It's been a super awesome spot the past few seasons. So, I mean, we've caught doubles there, we've caught triples there, and in short time spans. So we know it's a good spot, but it just didn't happen for us this year. We were only there for like a week or a week and a half. I'm not really sure how many days, but he did 2 traps, I did 2 traps. I think we got a coon and a possum, and that was it. It was pretty quiet over there. So it's the weekend after Christmas, so the weather it was freezing yesterday, and today it's gotten up in the 30s. So it's a nice day to be out trapping. We'll keep you posted what happens. We'll just piddle around with this spot location for a little bit until it's time to go to Oklahoma or Arkansas, or I'm not sure exactly where we're even going yet, but we're leaving here in about 2 weeks or so, week and a half. Might as well catch one more coyote before it's too late. Okay, just got done with this set here. Last thing I've got to do is lure and bait, of course. Just goes on here. We have Top Dog, just a little hole. Alright, it's about a 2-inch hole here. Got to put some Top Dog in, blend it in real nice, traps right in front here. We're going to do that now. Got a fresh batch here. That's a real deep dirt hole, so if they want that bait, they're gonna have to work for it, and it's, like I said, it's down in there. A little bit of urine here. We're gonna use some Predator gravy. Just some here on the backing a little bit. Then we need a lure. I'm gonna go with something a little lighter because we do have a little bit of warm up. We're gonna go with the Coyote Carnage. One of my favorites. Just drizzle some there on the back of the hole. So I think that's pretty good. Since that hole's deep, I'm not gonna cover it up with leaves. I'm gonna leave it, and hopefully we get some action here in the next couple days. So let's make another one. I'll do more of a very blended flat set on this next one, see what we can do. All right, it's a little windy out here, but bear with me. Just got done making a set over there. I'm gonna do one over here next to this bridgeway. It's so muddy on the other side there. I don't know. I'll try and pit one in on the other side, but I'd rather catch them over on this side of the bridge for that reason alone. But right here, I'm gonna do like a walkthrough type set. No dirt hole. We're not gonna use bait, just straight up attractant. I got this little tuft of grass here. I can work with. And I took one of the rocks out of that pile. I want to put it somewhere over here, create this channel way. Trap's going to be somewhere in here. I want to figure out, I'll hug it a little closer. But we'll go ahead and start constructing something here. Make sure everything's stable. This here is more of a walk-through type. We've got this little tuft of grass, a tiny little hole there, rock on this side, tiny hole in front of that with some long distance, trap in the middle, of course, blended. And it's coming right off this edge, the ditch edge right here. And we've caught in this spot before. I think Charlie's previous set was somewhere over here. Actually, I bet it's right here. No, that's not it. I don't know. Somewhere here in the corn. I'm just going to leave these two here. Well, we've had this tricky one back here waiting on us. It's winter wonderland. Go take a look. We finally got some action. We have a nice dirt hole set here. Not much action's been going on back here like I was talking about, but yesterday I did notice a little bit of scratching at this set, and I was a little concerned if the coveralls were making him shy away. I'm not really sure, but trap didn't fire or anything like that, so obviously didn't scare him off, and the top dog down in that hole definitely got the curiosity coming back. I used a drill on this hole, so the hole was nice and deep. There was absolutely no way that they could come in here and steal the bait. I mean, it was like 10 inches down in there. So hopefully that, I'm sure that might have contributed to help us make him work the set a little longer. So very pumped about this one, because like I said, we struggled at this spot. I knew there had to be at least a few coyotes running out here. Sounds like from everyone I've been talking to, especially during the month of December, everyone's been struggling. Everyone's catch numbers are down. There is tracks everywhere. So I don't know if this guy stood around and walked around a million times or a whole pack came through here. Look at this. Man, I'd say there's more just based on that. The snow can really show you what's really going on in a situation like this. Let's go check the other set I had over here. It was a flat set. And I can smell that coyote, that's for sure. Okay, there's tracks. And they walk right past it. Right here's the set between that rock and little shrub. I'm not even going to touch it. Just going to leave it just like it is. And see what happens. The bridge itself has a couple tracks going over it. So we're going to take care of this guy and move on. Wanted to show this real quick. Since the snow's on, there's a couple dark spots back there I noticed driving around this corner. And then right here in this little brush pile, the snow's all kicked up. Coyotes are working that. Might have had some mice in there or what. But they hunt these edges. This is just a good example of just, you know, being physically able to see it with the snow on the ground. So, of course, the trap that caught the coyote this morning was right along the same edge, just around this bend. So, I'm sure he was just casually making his way around, mousing and looking for something to eat, and ran into Top Dog, and now he regrets it because he's in the bed of the truck. So, just something cool I wanted to point out.
All right, product highlight. These have been out for a couple of years. This is actually the first year that we've carried. It's called the Weeby Pro fleshing knife, and it's pretty darn reasonable. So you might check these out. It's got the top edge that's sharp for your shaving, essentially. You know, the back of a raccoon or on a beaver where you need the sharp edge. And then it's got the scraping edge, which you're going to use the vast majority of the time, but it's got the back edge that's sharp. So a lot of people come in, here, or we talk to on the phone, and they wouldn't know what fleshing knife to buy. And I realize everybody's on a budget, but there's some entry-level two-handle fleshing knives that look fairly similar to this. They got a black handle, and they're like $17.95. And that knife only has the scraping edge or the fleshing edge. It does not have the sharp shaving edge. That will get you about, on a lot of skins you can get by with that, just that fleshing edge only. But if you're doing raccoons, if you're doing beavers, or you're doing some bigger skins, you definitely need that sharp edge. So the guy that buys the $17.95 knife and he sticks with it, he will ultimately be buying a knife with the sharp edge in the relatively near future. It might be next season, it might be the same season or whatever, because he's going to realize he's going to need it. So this knife, like I said, it's reasonably priced, and it has the sharp edge. So for those of you that need a fleshy knife that you want to get started, this is going to get you covered. Now, you may want to upgrade in the future to something else, but this has definitely got both. Definitely get you going, and you may very well like it and just stick with it, for several seasons to come. So, anyways, be sure to check these out. It's the Weeby Pro fleshy knife. Q&A. So I've got questions, and the first one I'm going to do is I want to revisit what I kind of answered a couple episodes ago about December and the December lull and the effects of deer season on all the coyotes out there, all the remnants of deer season. And we've had more calls, and I think a lot of this is because we've got a lot of new trappers. But the more experienced trappers have felt that for some reason, certainly here in Indiana, and I think Justin and I have ran into it too. It just seems like it's been more difficult in the month of December to catch coyotes, and I think our reason is we just don't have the coyotes that we've had in the past. So you'll see on this episode some of that playing out, but it's been a difficult December for a lot of coyote trappers, and then there's always some that are doing great and catching a bunch of them. It just depends on where you're at. You cannot catch what's not there, for sure, and coyote populations vary. They run big routes. Guys say, well, I hear them howling all the time. It's like, well, it doesn't mean that they're there all the time. They run a pretty big area. The home range of a coyote can be up to 10 square miles. So, we're approaching kind of the breeding season. So that's kind of the life cycle of a coyote. We're heading into that time of year. So bear all that in mind. Another thing for those of you that are just starting out trapping, raccoons, the month of December, early January, don't move every night. Usually they like to run on warm nights. If you got 3 or 4 warm nights in a row, they're probably not going to run every night. They spend late summer and early fall getting all fattened up so that they can lay up and have that fat to live off of. So don't get discouraged on that. I mean, if you're not catching raccoons every night, that's why. So just another aspect of trapping in December. So on the other side of that, when you catch fur in December, it's just generally as good as it's going to be for the most part, particularly predators. So that is definitely a plus side. All right, another question that we had was about putting a shock spring on the drag chain. I think that's what that was about. We always have a shock spring, a JC Connor shock spring on our trap chain. For that spring to be most functional, I think it needs to be by the trap. That's where the animal's going to be pulling the most. If the longer the chain, you may get wrapped up on something or whatever, and then it's dysfunctional in terms of the shock spring. So definitely, it's not needed on your drag chain at all. That, in fact, you really, other than the swivels on your chain for your trap, which in our case is fairly long and it's got a number of swivel points, you don't even need swivels on that drag chain per se. So, but certainly don't need the shock spring on the drag chain. So, I hope that helps. I mean, you can put it on there, but I think you're just wasting your money. Just not necessary. Be sure to check out that how-to section on our YouTube page. It's got a number of short videos on there on how to skin a coyote, or how to put up muskrats, or how to make a dirt hole set, how to make wax dirt. So, and we will continue to add to those. We've got some that we're going to be filming here in the next couple of weeks that we'll be adding up to that how-to section. So be sure to check those out if you need a quick reference or got a quick question that you want answered. So anyways, keep sending those questions in, and we'll try to get them all answered.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Who's Your Trapper Outdoors. Just wanted to let you know that we do have our new fall catalog out. It's got lots of great products in there and photos. So if you would like to receive one, please visit us at www.hoosiertrappersupply.com, and it'll walk you through on how to request one. You can also print one out from there if you don't want to wait on one to come through the mail. We also would be more than happy to take a request over the phone at 317-881-3075. We are a complete trapline outfitter. We offer lots of great lures and baits, and we also have a complete line of deer scent.
Yep, and also while you're online, follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, of course. We really appreciate it. You could give us a like or share if you can, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. That'd be great. And don't forget about the podcast that we have, the Trap House Podcast and the Fur Shed series. And also there's a Facebook group that I started called the Catch Circle, and that's open to anyone. It's a great trapping community. Ask questions, buy and sell lures and old traps, whatever. Anything trapping related is welcome. So we appreciate that, and we'll catch you on the next episode.
Yeah. Thank you for all the orders and supporting our small family-owned and operated business. We truly appreciate it.
Join us on January 22nd for the next episode of Who's Your Trapper Outdoors.